every life. There is a line that cannot be crossed without leaving everything behind, except faith. Once that step is taken, there is no looking back, and all that lies ahead is destiny.
The North against South. Brother against brother. The Civil War is the bloodiest in American history. Victory will take far more than brute firepower on the battlefield. Technology, communications, logistics. It's what happens behind the front line that will ultimately decide this battle for America's future. (1862). The Civil War is at its height. North and South locked in a bitter conflict for the future of America. A new kind of bullet has brought this war to a terrible deadline, bringing death on a scale never previously seen in warfare. Here at a metalworks in Springfield, Illinois, molten lead is beginning its journey, becoming a lethal instrument of destruction. The bullet known as the Mini Ball. This crude piece of lead is the primary reason for the unprecedented levels of slaughter in this war. Bull Run, Lee easily demonstrates his force's superiority. In one engagement lasting just 10 minutes, the Yankee 5th New York Regiment loses more men than any other regiment in the entire Civil War. All told, Lee's men kill over 1,700 Union soldiers. Determination and local knowledge give the South their greatest victory in the war to date. But Lee and his commanders have underestimated the nature of this conflict and of their opponent, President Abraham Lincoln. Because Lincoln is fighting a totally new kind of war, and his Southern adversaries just don't get it. packed train speeds on its way south, ready to replenish the Union Army with fresh troops and supplies. Lieutenant George Benedict writes home.
We were stowed away in freight cars and started out of the city. The train took 600 other troops besides our regiment and numbered 34 heavily loaded cars.
The railroad, one of Lincoln's hidden weapons in this war. In one key operation ordered directly by the president, 25,000 fresh troops were sent on a 1,200-mile journey to the south. By road, it would take over 2 months. By rail, it will take these men just 7 days. Following its introduction in the 1830s, America's rail infrastructure has gradually spread its tentacles across the country. Lincoln realizes it can revolutionize the speed of troop deployments. He strikes a deal with the rail owners to put the North's railroad network under government control. It turns the railroad into a weapon of war.
Instead of armies being limited to the speed at which they could march, all of a sudden you had armies being able to move to the front by rail, and more importantly, supplies.
Supplies and troops pour out of the North towards the battlefront. Some busy lines carry 800 tons of supplies a day, the equivalent of 80 railroad cars. In Lincoln's hands, the 24,000 miles of rail track in the North becomes an arm of his war machine. But the South is a far smaller network, just 9,000 miles at the start of the war, and it remains under private control. In the 4 years the war lasts, the North adds 4,000 miles of new track to its network, against just 400 miles in the South. This inability to coordinate rail supplies will prove disastrous for the South. Even though they're just 30 miles from their capital in Richmond, in the winter of 1863, poor rail links means Southern troops in Virginia starve. For all their brilliance and determination in battle, the South simply lacked the logistics to deliver a decisive blow.
By the act of winning, the North both validated freedom and validated the industrial model. And so you have an American confidence, an American sense of achievement, an American willingness to go out around the world.
For all the Confederacy's commitment, its inferior logistical infrastructure has been no match for the North's unstoppable war machine. Its industrial heartland, its growing network of railroads, its telegraph network, all bring victory to the North. Within a week, Lincoln lies dead from an assassin's bullet. But America has pulled back from the brink. The nation is once again united. And out of that unity now grows a modern industrialized economy that will reach right across this great continent.